Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my Knerdom. I know this is probably a random video, but you know what? I've got a lot of thoughts on a lot of things that are nerd related. And I'm going to start my journey, my quest into the world of nerd with something that I've recently watched, and that is the Netflix Punisher Season 1. Season 1. Oh my god. This Netflix series knocks it out of the park. It is beautifully done, beautifully thought out. The characters are more in-depth than any movie or video game or other TV show that I have seen with them in it. Alright? I'm going to first start off by saying Netflix. Netflix has upped their game since they started doing the Marvel Universe, since they started doing Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, The Defenders. Oh, yes. Okay, just a major yes if you're a superhero fan. If you're not a superhero fan and you just like things with good intrigue and action and mystery and a good backstory, boom, yes, they have done it. Okay? With that said, spoilers! Bum bum bum! Yes, folks, there will be spoilers in this because I will be talking about the season and about the actors and actresses and everything else. So, I will wait a few seconds. If you have not seen Season 1 yet, and you're planning on seeing Season 1, then stop it right now, and we will go from there. Come back, rewatch this review, this reaction, this promo, whatever the hell you want to call it, because people have called it many different things, including random. Yes, I know, it's random. Haha. So, I'll wait. Oh, and I don't ever watch. Have they gone? Have they left the room? Alright, to all you people that have seen the season or are Punisher fans or plan on not seeing the season, but they want to know what someone thinks about it, or why the hell are you even here? I'm kidding. I'm glad you're here. Please stay. Okay, so The Punisher, Season 1 on Netflix. The Punisher in this season is Frank Castle. Yeah, yes, I know that you know. But in this one, he is a Marine. He is not a FBI agent or a U.S. Marshal or a police officer. He is a Marine who's been brought, who's one of the best of the best, who was brought into Project Cerberus. Whose Project Cerberus's job is pretty much to kidnap, interrogate, and assassinate local targets while they're overseas. Boop. So, they pretty much come to a mission where Frank sees they're all going to die. Alright, it's an ambush. Everything is set up wrong. They need to come at this one target a completely different way. The main bad guy, who at this time we only know as Agent Orange, says, screw you, we're going in. And of course, like Frank Castle predicted, many of them die, including Frank almost. So, he decks out Agent Orange for getting all these people killed, and what can I say? He is pulled off by his friend, Billy Russo. More on Billy in a little bit. Frank is part of Cerberus for a long time until term of service is done. But during his term of service, a whistleblower sends pretty much the illegal stuff that Team Cerberus has been doing, because we find out that Team Cerberus is not Congress sanctioned. It is not sanctioned by the United States. It is not sanctioned by the CIA. It is not sanctioned by anything. I don't know what the hell is blaring over there. Whatever. So, they think it's Frank. Because hell, Frank decked out Agent Orange, so he's got to be the whistleblower, right? I mean, he doesn't like what's going on. No. It's pretty much a mistaken identity. But someone sends video proof of one of the illegal operations to an analyst who sends it to Homeland Security. They think that the person who sent it to the analyst is Frank, hence his family gets killed. That's pretty much the backstory. Alright, if you've seen the season, you know what it is. If you haven't seen the season, and you don't plan on seeing the season, there it is pretty much in a nutshell. Now, the analyst just happens to be, if you are a Punisher fan and you know who this character is, a character named Micro. Now, in the comics, Micro kind of comes at Frank the same way that he does in here, right? kind of starts off as like an enemy type thing, becomes friend. But in the comic book, he pretty much makes all of Frank's interesting little gadgets and trinkets and things like that. Plus, he's pretty much his eyes in the sky. Helps him through scenarios and situations. Micro, in this, is so much more drawn out. And because he's the analyst and he's got much more of a key, literally a key to unlock Frank Castle and who the Punisher is, that they had to put more into him. Right? They had to put more of a backstory into him. And oh my God, I love the fact that they did. All right? You know, he's a father. He's the analyst for the CIA. He's a guy that's always trying to do good, but yet he's not like Frank where he doesn't want to kill, but yet he wants to kill, but he can't kill at certain situations. It's crazy. Micro is so well done, and the actor that they picked to play Micro, oh God, Eben Moss. I can't really pronounce his last name. Backrack? I don't know, but they couldn't have picked a better actor. Boom. He locks down in that role beautifully, okay? Because he definitely looks like a man who would be an analyst, all right? He's not overly muscular, but yet there are some scenarios where you see him without a shirt, and he does have, you know, he definitely, for the CIA, you still need to be on your toes, and you still need to be somewhat physically fit in case, you know, shit happens. There's a lot of scenes and scenarios that a normal, like, computer nerd, like myself. No, I'm not really a computer nerd, but we'll get to that in a minute. Probably wouldn't get out of, but there's a episode where pretty much Frank calls him out on not wanting to get his hands dirty, and Micro gets his hands dirty, and unfortunately a lot of downhill happens because of it. But whatever. But oh my God. Okay, so yeah, let's talk about the actors and actresses and stuff for a little bit. Frank Castle, John Bernthal, I think that's how you pronounce the last name. I'm not 100% good with names. I'm better just with faces. But you would probably know him as Shane from The Walking Dead. All right, that's where I knew him from. All right, but he melts into that role. All right, you know, they say people come into a role and it was meant for them. The Punisher or Frank Castle was meant for John Bernthal. Yeah, I can't pronounce his name. I'm probably going to get, it's pronounced Bernthal or some crap like that in the comments. I don't care. He melts into that role, okay? There's some people that you're like, okay, they're pretty good acting in that role, but John and Eben, Frank and Micro, literally just click into those roles, like, beautifully. It's how they are. All right? So, the finale of Season 1 couldn't have been done better. It leaves you wanting more, but content enough to where if it is the final episode, you'll be happy with it, all right? But yet you still got that fraction like, ooh, so where are they going to go from here? You know, it leaves a little bit of a cliffhanger tidbit, just enough to make you question if there's going to be more and what's going to happen next. But yet, if Season 1 was to just be it, you'd be like, yeah, I'm kind of okay with that. All right? Not in a bad way. Not like, no, but it's like in a good way where you're like satisfied enough with the finale, but yet there's that tidbit of a cliffhanger. So it's very well done, and I love them to do that. So when Season 2 finally comes out, I'm totally gonna just watch the hell out of that Season 1. And I'm telling you right now, here's more of my opinion. Okay, this entire thing is pretty much my opinion and how I feel on different things. If they drag Frank Castle into the Defenders, that's it. It's beautiful. It's perfect. It's done. All right, because as much as I love the Defenders, the one thing, in my opinion, they were lacking was a solid leader. I won't take your shit type of leader. All right, I mean, yeah, technically they had a leader in Daredevil, but the type of leader that he wasn't rough enough. And Frank Castle, while leading Team Cerberus, yes, he was one of the leaders of a unit in Team Cerberus, knows what it's like to pretty much have that military training and leadership to actually bind them together. This is my opinion, all right? Bind them together to make the Defenders an actual unit. He actually can, okay, you're good at this, you're good at that, but you're not so good at this and you're not so good at that, so let's lock them together, see what we got. Find out where the puzzle pieces fit. Your negatives, your positives, boom, see what goes on. Then you got Micro, which is another person that they desperately need. Right? While they have Jessica Jones, who's a great investigator, okay? And then they have Luke Cage, they have Iron Fist, Daredevil, and then they throw the Punisher in the mix? Okay, let me jump back. Daredevil, up and down, okay? Right. They have Daredevil, but they don't have Daredevil. It's another thing you need to watch, Defenders. So, Frank Castle, in my opinion, is someone they desperately need. Yes, he's not super powered or have anything like the other guys, but those are the guys I love, right? I love like the Green Arrow, Hawkeye, Punisher, Batman, any of the Gotham Knights, as a matter of fact. Right? Guys that don't have powers, but yet can still stand toe-to-toe with all these super-powered fiends and heroes and everybody else. Right? Those are the guys that I love. Just normal people with just their abilities. Anyways. So, the Punisher would make an amazing leader. Even if he's not a leader, just someone who can... Well, first, Frank's got to learn to work well with more people than just Micro. That's the problem. But someone who can combine them together to make them an actual team, an actual unit, in case shit goes down. Because the one key thing is they all have is they're all in New York, just different locations of New York. So they're like Defenders of New York or something. But yet, shit always seems to happen where the heroes are. Hey, we're going to take over the country by starting in New York, even though we know there's a shitload of superheroes in New York who can take us out. Why don't you try, like, in Montana or something? Like a small honestly, Montana's a backwater place before people jump down my throat, but you get what I'm saying. Some place that you know there aren't any superheroes. But, okay, I'm sidetracking, okay? I'm just... Okay, we're coming back. So... Netflix, Season 1, The Punisher. Do I recommend it? Yes, I do. 10 out of 10. I'm probably going to rewatch it at some point this month, okay, because it was that good, and I do like it. The thing I love about it is they don't make Frank Castle like this bullet-deterring guy where, like, all these shots are being fired around. No, he takes bullets. He takes knife wounds. He almost dies in an episode, okay? And they have to call one of his friends who used to be a corpsman in the military to help him out because he's that far gone. So there's just... Matter of fact, he almost dies like 3 or 4 times in the season, I think. Somewhere around there. But, yeah. So, that's a must-watch, okay? Defenders... I love the Defenders. Frank Castle inserted into the Defenders as either a unit leader or a trainer for the unit, or someone who just like makes an appearance in a couple episodes just to train them to make them a stronger unit would be epic, okay? Because he does have that military training, that military background. He knows how to make a unit into a unit. Hell, being in the Marines, I believe he was a recon? He was a Marine recon? See, this is why I need to watch it again. Because they only actually say what he is like 3 or 4 times through the entire season. Maybe more. I'm not wrong. But like 3 or 4 times. But yet he was also a unit leader of Team Cerberus. Which means Team Cerberus took him. They only took the best of the best. The best of the best of the best. Alright? And then they made those best of the best of the best. They took the best out of them and made them the unit leaders. So the fact that they tried to kill Frank to begin with, when they knew he was a unit leader, so he wasn't the best of the best of the best, he was the best of the best of the best, was just stupid. Took out the family. Very stupid. Trying to kill Frank and letting him be alive, extremely stupid. But that's beside the point. The point is, though, he can help the Defenders actually, stop being whiny babies. Let's face it, they didn't want to play well. They only did it because they had to. But still, Frank Castle will be a great unit leader for the Defenders. All right. Well, I'm almost out of time here, folks. I know I rambled on because, well, that's just how I am. Season 1, Punisher, Netflix. If you have Netflix, please watch it. Once again, welcome to my Nerddom. I am the King Nerd. I will see you guys next time. Peace!